Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Welcome to this Tuesday morning. Today's meditation is called I Am the Mountain. And I specifically wanted to find a poem about a mountain to share with you. And wow, I found the most beautiful mountain poem called The Mountain Poem by Laura Ding Edwards. Honey, a very good morning. Danae, good morning. Hello. Beatrix, good morning. It's great seeing you all here. So while this poem doesn't exactly reflect the nature of our mountain meditation, I do feel that it reflects almost everything I stand for. We live in a world where the idea of growth has been perverted into something completely unnatural. We see this truth in the fear or disgust from shareholders when a listed company's earnings don't keep growing quarter after quarter after quarter. Charlene, good morning. Great seeing you. Hello. And we apply the same unrealistic idea of unlimited growth to the humans around us and to ourselves as well sometimes. We are not machines. We ebb and flow. We grow and we contract. We take steps forward and we also sometimes take steps back. Because growth is a dance and it's not like the flick of a light switch. So here is The Mountain Poem by Laura Ding Edwards. Michelle, a very good morning. Hello, awesome seeing you. If the mountain seems too big today, then climb a hill instead. If the morning brings you sadness, it's okay to stay in bed. If the day ahead weighs heavy and your plans feel like a curse, there is no shame in rearranging. Don't make yourself feel worse. If a shower stings like needles and a bath feels like you'll drown, if you haven't washed your hair for days, don't throw away your crown. A day is not a lifetime, and rest is not defeat. Don't think of it as failure, just a quiet, kind retreat. It's okay to take a moment from an anxious, fractured mind. The world will not stop turning while you get realigned. The mountain will still be there when you want to try again. So climb it in your own time and love yourself till then. Sunmarie, good morning. Happy seeing you. Please remember that you are not a machine. While there are certainly those days when we do need to push ourselves, there are also many, many moments in which you have to put down everything and just rest without feeling guilty about it. It seems we often struggle with finding a balance between when to push and when to put things down. Join us for today's meditation journey to practice finding your calm center in the middle of any storm. From this calm space, it's much easier to see when to go hard and when to, actually go home. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, feeling yourself rise with every inhale and feeling your body slowly fall with every exhale. I want you to imagine spending a day on the top of a mountain. Imagine having a picnic up there, opening your picnic blanket, lying on your back, and just looking up at the sky from the top of your mountain. What would you see in a day? From sunrise to sunset, if you just look up at the sky from your mountain, how much change will happen in a day? First, it'll go from dark to light. That's a change you'll see happening. And then you'll see clouds drift in and clouds drift out. On some days you may even see darker clouds forming, rain falling, and perhaps even that will move on. And you'll definitely see it go from light to dark again. And for all of these changes happening in a day, you will not have needed to do anything to make anything go. For the most part, what flows in will also float out. There are many things around us that will run their own course whether we try to interfere or not. Now, this does not mean that we never take action. but it might help us realize how often we are trying to control things that are just not ours to control. Perhaps there is less action that we should take. So when to interfere? When to try and make something be different? And when to just let the weather pass? Well, only wisdom can answer that question. And we certainly don't get to wisdom when we're always overreacting. But we might find our way to wisdom when we become better at taking a step back, watching what the weather does, seeing how most things pass on their own, and then forming a deeper understanding of where it is that we do need to take action. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left and lean your upper body over to the right. Gently lean into your back muscles. Find where the edges are and gently lean into those edges. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly and invites you to follow. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring to your mind again your image of the mountain. Fly around this mountain, see it from top to bottom. Take your next big breath. want to invite you to be as open and as playful with this experience as you can be. I want you to really lean into the visualization, the imagination. And it's okay if you don't see clear images, most of us don't. But lean into whatever there is, and this is why. Let's talk about brain waves for a moment. When we wake up in the morning, we've come from a deeper brainwave state, normally theta, and we wake up into alpha. Theta is generally, not always, but generally asleep. Alpha is generally awake, and they're both really open and receptive states. As we go through our day, our brainwaves go higher into beta and what is called high beta. As we're working, missioning, stressing, anxiety. And at the end of the day, we wind down, our brainwaves come down again. And hopefully by the end of the day sometime we slip from alpha back into theta and sleep. Now what happens in theta is often dream, whether we remember the dreams or not. In other words, in a theta brainwave state, it's very normal to see imagery that's not exactly realistic for the moment. Now right now, if we slow our breathing and we soften our bodies and we open ourselves to imagery, to visualization, we are helping our brain waves go lower, and you might slip into theta even while you are wide awake. That just means you are helping your own subconscious become open. And while you have these conversations with yourself during this meditation, your subconscious will really pay attention. So let's have fun with the imagery. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, again, fly around this mountain, see it from top to bottom, and notice how much vegetation grows on your mountain. Is it all rocky? Is it all vegetation? What is the mix? Take your next big breath. So let's now zoom into the plants of your mountain. Find one plant, and as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, imagine watching this one plant's whole life cycle. From the first moment the green shoots stick out from the rock or the soil, watch this plant grow, become bigger, and also watch this plant reach the end of its life cycle. Take your next big breath. Then we'll shift our attention to the animals on your mountain. As you take a deep breath in and dive deep into you, bring your attention to a new baby animal being born. Watch it grow, watch it feed, and watch it become an adult that has babies of its own. Take your next big breath. And then shift your attention to the birds of your mountain. Let's do the same. Let's watch a baby bird hatch from an egg in a nest. See this baby bird grow. See it eat. See it become a bigger bird that eventually finds a mate, builds a nest, and creates offspring of its own. Take your next big breath. Then sit and embody this mountain, this immovable presence, and ask yourself, what would this mountain feel like? With its arms big enough to hold all of this life, sitting in the sun, absorbing the rays of sunlight on its surface. Life-giving sunlight. How does the mountain feel? Take your next big breath. And then if clouds were to roll in and obscure the sun, and now your mountain sits in shadow, not in sunlight anymore. And if it were to start raining from these clouds, your mountain becomes wet. Drops accumulate into rivulets and streams, And now your mountain sits in a downpour. How would the mountain feel about sitting in the rain? Take your next big breath. And then if the sun goes down and the wind picks up and rain turns into full-blown storm, the face of your mountain is lashed with wind and water, and there is a howling loudness around every corner. How does your mountain feel about sitting in the middle of a storm, looking around at this display from Mother Nature? How does the mountain feel? Take your next big breath. And then as the new day breaks, as the first rays of sunlight touch the face of your mountain with clear skies, how does your mountain feel about this fresh new day? Take your next big breath. We'll take just one more big breath together to slip out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I want want to read to you one more time this beautiful poem by Laura Ding Edwards. It is called the Mountain Poem, and I want to preempt this by saying, please pay attention to the fact that she doesn't say, oh well, never climb your mountain. That's not what she's saying. She's saying the mountain will still be there when you need to climb it. Listen to the words. If the mountain seems too big today, then climb a hill instead. If the morning brings you sadness, it's okay to stay in bed. If the day ahead weighs heavy and your plans feel like a curse, there is no shame in rearranging. Don't make yourself feel worse. If a shower stings like needles and a bath feels like you'll drown, if you haven't washed your hair for days, don't throw away your crown. A day is not a lifetime, and rest is not defeat. Don't think of it as failure, just a quiet, kind retreat. It's okay to take a moment from an anxious, fractured mind. The world will not stop turning while you get realigned. The mountain will still be there when you want to try again. So climb it in your own time and love yourself till then. It seems we often struggle with finding a balance between when to push and when to put things down. I wish for you to embody this mountain so that you can find that calm space no matter what the weather is. And from that calm space, it will be easier to see when to go hard and when to go home. Have you discovered that there is a mountain in you yet? Have you learned to trust in the immovable nature of the mountain that you are? We'll take the last 5 breaths of gratitude together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to trust in the mountain in me. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for getting better at this balance. Knowing when to push, when to step out of a comfort zone and take action, but also recognizing the need for rest, the need for putting everything down and trying to climb again tomorrow. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to walk my path to my mountain while the weather is easy, so that I am able to find that place of calm and peace, even in the middle of a storm. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for learning to walk the path to your mountain while the weather is easy, so that when the storm comes, the path is familiar. You can find it even when it's difficult to see. Craig, a very good morning. Great seeing you. Happy to have you join us. Anami, good morning. So good to see you. Thank you, honey. I love this poem so much. I think the words are beautiful. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Sunmarie. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Beatrix. Have a beautiful day, beautiful people. See you soon. Ciao, ciao. Soon as Facebook lets me out. There we go. Cheers.